I'm Stan Meiburg, and I am Director of Graduate Studies in Sustainability here at Wake Forest University. And before coming to Wake Forest in 2017, I spent almost 40 years working with the Environmental Protection Agency, where I worked on many issues related to both air pollution and to emergency responses throughout the country. Well, first of all, I would acknowledge that this has been a very difficult situation for all of the people who've been involved and really challenging and something to be taken quite seriously. So it's been a good thing that people have responded in that way. It is likely that there's going to continue to be higher levels of smoke around the campus until the fire is extinguished. And this is taking a little longer than it might otherwise do because the fire officials are exercising very appropriate caution in approaching the scene of the fire. It's a good advice always to follow the advice of local and public health officials, and that advice in this case is pretty simple. Stay out of the evacuation zone. Pay attention to your own health because not everyone is the same, and especially if you have pre-existing conditions, you should take extra care. And finally, to stay indoors and minimize strenuous exercise as much as possible while the fire is still burning. So that's kind of the initial reaction, but there's good news, I think, as well, and that is that based on my experience, this situation is being managed well and professionally by local and state officials, and the federal folks who are here in exercising an appropriate support role, which they do in almost any incident of this kind, particularly in monitoring air quality. And the further good news is that all of the data that we have from federal, state, and local officials suggest that air pollution is indeed elevated, but it's not at levels that would cause severe health effects in the short term. Now, that's not to say that the air pollution can't be irritating. It can be. But in general, the biggest concerns with air pollution are with longer-term exposures than what you'll see from this fire. I think it's helpful to know that the Wake Forest community is actually very fortunate that the local Forsyth County officials are very competent in measuring air quality and have been for a long time. And with the support they've been receiving from state and federal officials, that the monitoring itself of the air quality in the area outside the 1-mile evacuation zone is being conducted very professionally, and we can have confidence in the results that we get.